everyone. My name is Sanjay Gupta and I am the country head of Google in India. A very warm welcome to the Honorable Minister of Culture, Shri Prahlad Singh Patel, and to everyone tuned in to this presentation. Thank you for joining us as we launch this very special project in India today. At the outset, I hope that each of you and your loved ones have been keeping safe and well during this pandemic and are taking good care of your physical, mental and emotional well-being. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed how we work, how we study and how we play. The impact on our children has been especially profound. With schools shut or open in a limited capacity, education has moved online. And while those of us who have access to online education have found ways to cope, our children, however, continue to miss out on rich learning and development opportunities, such as out-of-city school tours, field trips, and museum visits. That's why we remain deeply committed to the role of platforms like Google Arts and Culture, especially in these times. Google Arts and Culture is a non-profit initiative by Google, whose mission is to preserve and bring the world's art and culture online, making it accessible to anyone, anywhere. We are honored to play a larger role in helping bring the world's cultural heritage to your home with an immersive, interactive online platform. Over the years, the Google Arts and Culture team has been hard at work with Indian partners to digitize and forever preserve India's rich cultural heritage and share it with the world. From virtual tours of iconic Indian sites such as Ajanta and Ellora, the Golden Temple, and of course, the Taj Mahal, to the rich treasure trove of the National Museum. From the makers of the finest Indian crafts to India's incredible artists and historic figures. From stories about the people of the Indian Railways to the unheard stories of Indian women who have had an immense impact on our culture and history. One of my personal favorites. I strongly recommend you look it up on the Google Arts and Culture website or app. Google Arts and Culture has helped millions of Indians, both children and adults, here in India and around the world, learn more about our heritage, stay connected to our roots, and of course, spark their curiosity. I am truly excited about the new project that the team is about to unveil in India. To tell you more, I'd like to introduce you to my friend and colleague, Amit Sood, Director of Google Arts and Culture. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay, and thank you everyone for having me here. A big thank you to the Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism, who I had the privilege of meeting last time in person and this time virtually. I wish I could be with all of you, hopefully soon that will happen. But for now, I'm really happy to welcome you into my house in London and also join you wherever you might be watching this, and very excited to join all of you on this momentous occasion for Indian miniatures and of course Google Arts and Culture. So most of us are quite aware of the expression that the little things are usually the most important, especially in times like this. They give us the most pleasure, and it couldn't be more true about what we're launching today. It's really a special event for us. It's a special collaboration for us because we've been working with the Ministry of Culture in India and the National Museum in New Delhi for now the better half of nearly 8 to 9 years, and during this time we have collaborated on many amazing projects. But for for a long time, we were trying to find an initiative that really took the best of technology and the best of art that India had to offer and combine it into an experience that has never been seen before. And that really is what Life in Miniature, our new initiative here, is all about. And it's only after a visit to the National Museum in Delhi many years ago that one of the curators actually explained to me the craftsmanship and the tradition that goes with the Indian miniature style of painting. And going back all the way to the 9th century with very first manuscript illustration on palm leaves. So when the National Museum and Google Arts and Culture, we were thinking about what should be our next project, Indian miniatures became a natural candidate for us, because it's really, in those times, it's cutting edge technology, and what we are trying to do is bridge the gap between technology, art and culture. So what is special? What is really unique here? Well, my colleagues will go into the beauty, the art, the curatorial aspects of the initiative. I'll try and just focus, as an engineering team would, on the technology. So for me, what has always fascinated me about Indian miniatures is, of course, how something so small can still be so intricate, delicate, and have so much detail. And in order to really bring that detail to life, we applied our robotic high-resolution camera, which actually spent quite a few months in India at the National Museum, capturing hundreds of miniature paintings in definitions that have never been used for miniature paintings before. We're talking billions of pixels. We've obviously done this in the past for larger paintings in India at the NGMA and other institutions, but we've never done it for miniatures in this level of resolution and such volume. So what's really unique about the project is it's not one painting this time, it's hundreds that have been captured in this high resolution robotic camera experience. The next aspect that for me is very exciting is applying machine learning to this data set. Now, people who might be Indian miniature fans might be looking at me and saying, why do you need to apply machine learning to an art set or such as this? And I think the answer is really about finding similarities that perhaps have missed the curatorial eye in a very scalable fashion. And so we've been using machine learning to create a beautiful, what we call an experiment, to essentially allow anybody to go onto this platform and detect a hat, a mustache, a particular color, and then from that create a journey through hundreds of classical miniature paintings. A completely new way of browsing through this phenomenal set of artworks. And the last part, which for me I think is really exciting from a technology standpoint, is for the first time in India, Google Arts and Culture will be launching its very, very popular feature called Pocket Gallery, which is an augmented reality designed architectural museum that people can walk around and walk into directly in their homes, in their offices, in their living rooms. And this is really something quite unique. No words I use will exemplify the experience, so I strongly suggest you try it yourself. But very easily with your phone, you'll be able to project into your room a building that we have actually designed from scratch, and that will allow you to then dive right into and walk around miniatures and large-scale reproductions of those miniatures. So very exciting, high-resolution photography, machine learning analysis, and augmented reality navigational experiences. And of course, there's much more, because the curators at the National Museum, while they were very excited about all this, they obviously need to tell the story. They need to talk about the preservation, about the history. And so we have 70 short stories made by the curators at the museum, which I'm very grateful and thankful for, because without the stories, all these technologies will not make sense. These stories, they talk about everything: love, beauty, festivities, celebration, faith, power, nature. And I think we needed to bring sound and music into the element to enjoy these. So you'll be able to sit back and relax to an Indian miniature if you wanted, and listen to some amazing music, zooming into the high resolution details. That's quite a lot, so I'm going to stop there. But I just really want to add my thanks and express my gratitude to the Honorable Minister for the partnership, for the trust and the faith that they have had with us for a long time. It was only 1 year ago that we launched Crafted in India on arts and culture. And this was a comprehensive tribute to craftsmanship, and this is the right next project for us right now. I also want to thank Mr. Nath from the National Museum, who has worked so closely with us over the past months to prove that this project is worth focusing on despite everything that's happening around us in the world right now. So thank you for giving us the inspiration and the confidence to bring this to the public. And at the end of it, I would say enjoy it, experience it. It might bring a smile, it might bring a moment of joy to you, which I think we all need during these times right now. So something positive, something easy to access, and something democratic and for everyone. Thank you very much, and I'm going to hand over now to my colleagues at Google Arts and Culture, who are going to take you through these amazing experiences, and we look forward to hearing from all of you on what you thought of these experiences. Thank you so much, and look forward to being back in India very, very soon.
Thanks, Amit. I'm excited to take you on a journey today around the big world of Indian miniatures. Over the past year, we've worked closely with the National Museum in New Delhi to digitize its miniature painting collection. But as Amit said, we decided to try something completely new for this project. I'm proud to present the first miniature gallery in augmented reality. Our visual directors have designed a bespoke gallery just for Indian miniatures, bringing together some of the top masterpieces in a way never seen before. Using the augmented reality technology of the Google Arts and Culture mobile app, you can carry this mini museum in your pocket and place it anywhere you want. Imagine getting a brand new bespoke art gallery and being able to place it in your coffee table and walk around it in your living room. And there's so much more to explore. Today, we're publishing more than 1,200 artworks and 70 digital stories on these masterpieces of Indian heritage, all on Life in Miniature on Google Arts and Culture. While I'm not an expert in Indian art, it doesn't take a trained eye to appreciate the incredible artistry and skill, and especially the beautiful colors of our miniature paintings. So we thought, why not let people browse over 1,000 Indian miniatures, not by epoch, size or style, but by color. So here I am looking at paintings with a lot of red and orange. I'm going to click on one of the images. Here's a priest holding a palm leaf script. Let's look closer. Can you read what's written? Features like this unlock the amazing tiny details in these paintings. If you want to learn more about the painting, you'll also find it in the authoritative description from the National Museum itself. And here's the machine learning powered experience that Amit talked about. We call it Magnify Miniatures. Let's have a look at all of the hats. You can see how the algorithm detects and moves to these details across paintings, showing all of the connections across paintings that we might have missed. It truly is fascinating. If you're watching with kids at home, then I really recommend this fun activity. We'll give you the lines, you fill in the colors, and you can make your very own miniature painting. You can even learn about miniature paintings with your kids and take some fun quizzes. This was one of the amazing ideas we found in this project, that these tiny details in miniature paintings show universal topics that still concern us today. Love, faith, our relationship with nature, power, and our communities and celebrations. Life's big questions that still fascinate us across the centuries. For example, the festive season is just around the corner in India. So let's begin the celebrations just a little bit early with a wonderful artwork from the mid-17th century. In it, we see a young woman holding a sparkler, and we get to see the detail of her headscarf. The fabric depicted is so fine that it almost looks transparent. If you're not in New Delhi, you can even jump into the National Museum and walk through their collection of Indian miniatures. With ultra-high-res digitization and with insightful writing, the goal in this project has been to introduce wide audiences to these amazing treasures of the National Museum, to bring a new generation of viewers to this wonderful collection and the history of Indian miniature paintings. I'll leave you with these amazing images and stories to explore yourselves later. I hope you've enjoyed this very brief introduction to life in miniature on Google Arts and Culture. And now I'm going to hand over to Ted, our Vice President for Government Affairs and Public Policy, APAC. Over to you, Ted.
Thank you. Your presentation takes me back to my time in India, and I hope to be able to visit the National Museum and explore the miniatures collection in person soon. I have deep respect for India's millennia-old culture, art, history, and literature, and celebrate the fact that our partnership with the Ministry of Culture is helping to make this rich heritage accessible to people around the world. Today's exhibition is a testament to the fact that our work with the Ministry of Culture has come a long way since 2012, when the National Museum and National Gallery of Modern Art first came online on Google Arts and Culture. The COVID-19 pandemic has created immense challenges for India and countries around the world. As a company, we at Google have worked hard to create products that keep people safe and give them the information they need. In India, we made sure to work closely with the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and a number of state governments from the very beginning to ensure that people had access to critical government-backed information in multiple languages. The real-world impact of these efforts really came through when, together with the IT Ministry, we took on the challenge of mapping India's public food banks and shelters in record time to help contain the migrant crisis. Over the course of a week, we were able to map nearly 700 shelters spread across 30 cities. It is in moments like these that I can truly see Prime Minister Modi's vision for a digital India come to life. If this feat is any indication of India's digital capabilities, we have a very bright future ahead of us. Our commitment to providing the best for our users does not stop here. We are deeply committed to supporting the country as we overcome this pandemic together. The $10 billion Google India Digitization Fund is an example of the resources we are deploying to make a universally connected India a reality. Our goal is to make the internet affordable and useful for 1 billion+ Indians so that every Indian can access the resources offered by the online world. We are doubling down on creating products that are relevant to India's specific needs. Offering our services in local languages is a key element of our plans to promote social empowerment, inclusion, and digital transformation in India. Google Arts and Culture's 2019 project, Crafted in India, made strides towards this mission by offering content in both Hindi and English. We look forward to presenting the Life in Miniature exhibition in multiple languages, too. I am thankful to the Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism, Shri Prahlad Singh Patel, for his partnership and support in helping bring this project to fruition. His enthusiasm for a digital India that draws strength from its history and artistic traditions helps drive our work and encourages us to continue doing more. It is my great privilege to welcome the Minister to share his thoughts with you. Thank you.
सभी उपस्थित विशिष्ट अतिथियों, देवियों, सज्जनों को मेरा नमस्कार। मैं यहाँ आप सभी से इस माध्यम से जुड़कर और गूगल की इस पहल का साक्षी बनकर बहुत प्रसन्न हूँ। भारत की समृद्ध सांस्कृतिक विरासत ने दुनिया को कई बहुमूल्य कलाएं दी हैं। ये कलाएं हमारी परंपराओं और जीवन जीने के ढंग के बारे में बताती हैं। यह सौभाग्य हर किसी को नहीं मिल पाता कि वे हमारे देश आएँ और यहाँ के किले, महलों और पूजा स्थलों में हमारी अद्भुत शिल्पकला और हमारे हर राज्य की लोक कला या शास्त्रीय नृत्यों में छिपे इतिहास को स्वयं देख पाएँ। संस्कृति मंत्रालय में हमारा यह लक्ष्य है कि हम गूगल जैसे साझीदारों के साथ मिलकर यह पक्का करें कि भारत की यह गौरवशाली विरासत न सिर्फ आगे बढ़े बल्कि उसे दुनिया के साथ साझा भी किया जाए। एक ऐसे समय जब संपूर्ण मानवता कोविड के संकट से जूझ रही है, मुझे लगता है कि इन कलाओं में छिपे ज्ञान और मूल्यों से बहुत कुछ सीखा जा सकता है। हमारा देश अद्वितीय है, हमारे पास एक विविधतापूर्ण समृद्ध विरासत है और 21वीं सदी में दुनिया का नेतृत्व करने की तकनीकी उत्कृष्टता भी। एक और जहां हम $1 ट्रिलियन की डिजिटल अर्थव्यवस्था का लक्ष्य हासिल करने के लिए आश्वस्त हैं, मैं बेहतरीन प्रोडक्ट तैयार करने पर ध्यान केंद्रित करने और टेक्नोलॉजी के क्षेत्र में नेतृत्व के लिए गूगल की सराहना करता हूं। सामाजिक सशक्तिकरण और समावेश को बढ़ाने में अपनी विशेषज्ञता के उपयोग को लेकर गूगल की प्रतिबद्धता भारत के लिए पूंजी है। मेरा मानना है कि हमारी विरासत के संरक्षण में भी तकनीकी बेहद महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाती है और मैं गूगल आर्ट एंड कल्चर टीम को इन सांस्कृतिक कलाकृतियों को डिजिटाइज करने और उनका प्रचार करने के लिए बधाई देता हूँ। गूगल ने पिछले साल अपनी क्राफ्टेड इन इंडिया प्रदर्शनी के लिए जिस तरह की आधुनिक तकनीक का इस्तेमाल किया था, उससे मैं काफ़ी प्रभावित हुआ था। इससे यह संभव हो पाया कि कोई भी व्यक्ति एक वर्चुअल टूर्स के माध्यम से हमारी हस्तकलाओं के बारे में जान सकता है। खुद मैंने बस एक क्लिक करके मणिपुर की कोना बैंत हस्तशिल्प कला, कर्नाटक की लंबानी कसीदाकारी और मेरे अपने गृह राज्य मध्य प्रदेश की गौड़ चित्रकला के बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी ली थी। इस तरह की पहल हमारे हस्तशिल्प उद्योग को, जो हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था का एक अहम हिस्सा है, मजबूती देती है और लोगों को इस बात के लिए भी प्रोत्साहित करती है कि वे कारीगरों से मिलें और उनके काम से रूबरू हो सके। कुछ साल पहले तक मैं सोच भी नहीं सकता था कि ऐसा कुछ भी हो सकता है। यह आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री के डिजिटल इंडिया आंदोलन की ही ताकत है, जो भारत को दुनिया के मंच पर ले आया है और जिसने लाखों भारतीयों को आपस में जोड़ा है। यह प्रधानमंत्री की दूरदर्शिता का ही परिणाम है कि कोविड-19 से पैदा हुई कठिन परिस्थितियों में भी हमारा मंत्रालय लगातार अपना काम कर रहा है और देश विदेश के तमाम लोग वेबिनार और वर्चुअल टूर के जरिए हमसे जुड़े हुए हैं। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि गूगल जैसे साझेदारों की मदद से हमारा साल 2021 का अभियान देखो अपना देश पूरी तरह से सफल होगा। हम चाहते हैं कि हर भारतीय अगले 3 साल में कम से कम 15 जगहों पर घूमने जाए। जब तक सभी नागरिक सुरक्षित तौर पर घूमने नहीं जा पाते, तब तक वे सहज उपलब्ध इन शानदार टूल्स का इस्तेमाल करके इन जगहों के बारे में जान सकते हैं। भारत का राष्ट्रीय संग्रहालय ऐसी ही एक जगह है जहां कलाकृतियों, पांडुलिपियों, आभूषणों और कई प्राचीन वस्तुओं का एक विशाल संग्रह है। मुझे गर्व है कि गूगल ने संस्कृति मंत्रालय के साथ मिलकर इस संग्रहालय के लघु चित्रकारी या मिनिएचर पेंटिंग के संग्रह को सहेजने और कला के इस रूप को विश्व के सामने लाने के लिए साझेदारी की है। राष्ट्रीय संग्रहालय का मिनिएचर पेंटिंग या लघु चित्रकला का संग्रह दुनिया भर में अपनी तरह के सबसे महत्वपूर्ण संग्रहों में से एक है और यह भारतीय चित्रकारी की एक अहम परंपरा है। हमारी लघु चित्रकलाएं भारत के अतीत और हमारे महाकाव्यों की कहानी कहती है और हमारे देश की सामाजिक, सांस्कृतिक और धार्मिक परंपराओं की एक झलक दिखाती हैं। वे दिखाती हैं कि सैकड़ों सालों में भारत के कलाकारों ने, शिल्पकारों ने तथा उनके समुदायों ने अद्भुत प्रवीणता को हासिल कर लिया था। यह साल हमारे जीवन में अहम बदलाव लेकर आया है। हम कला और संस्कृति से किस तरह रूबरू होते हैं, इन बदलावों में एक यह बदलाव भी शामिल है। ये चुनौतियाँ अपने साथ कई अवसर भी लाई हैं कि हम तकनीकी कंपनियों और विषय विशेषज्ञों के साथ मिलकर अपनी विरासत की रक्षा करें और उनका प्रचार करें। साथ ही साथ सामाजिक समावेश और आर्थिक विकास को बढ़ावा भी दें। मैं आशा करता हूं कि गूगल और बाकी उद्योग जगत के साथ मिलकर हम अपने आज और अपनी आने वाली पीढ़ियों के लिए हमारे सांस्कृतिक संस्थानों और समुदायों को सशक्त बनाने का काम जारी रखेंगे। आप सभी स्वस्थ रहें और सुखी रहें। इसी आशा के साथ धन्यवाद। भारत माता की जय।
So thank you all. I hope you enjoyed all the presentations, and thanks to everyone who joined us online. Thank you to the speakers. Thank you to everyone who's been involved in the initiative. This concludes the launch celebration today. Whether you're at home, whether you are in school, whether you would like to educate yourself more about this phenomenal art form, please explore what we've launched for yourself. Obviously, it goes without saying, Google Arts and Culture is a non-profit, non-commercial initiative. It's the free application, is on iOS and on Android, and you can just search Life in Miniature, or you can also type in g.co/life in miniature. Enjoy your journey. It's really quite a fun experience. If you're low tech or high tech, I promise you, you will have a great experience. If you're no tech, I can guarantee you it's worth your time. So thank you so much and have a great day. Namaste.